All right, what's going on, y'all? Connor here. We're doing and by we I mean me and you, of course. We're doing a little series here, going over different sets in the modern day. There's a lot of variation out there in terms of what's desirable, what you don't want, what has valuable cards and good chasers versus what you're kind of wasting your time with. So we're gonna kind of go into each set on sort of one video at a time and get into it. This would have been very helpful for me when I was learning about Pokemon, and hopefully it's helpful for you, or at the very least entertaining. You're just bored and need something to watch. I do it all the time. So we're going to check out prices for Prismatic. I'm going to throw my screen up right now, and we're going to look at kind of the value over time, sort of some of the different options you can get to get packs of Prismatic, as well as some of the chase cards, look at some of the value there. Got my calculator here. All right, let's go screen recording. All right, so now you guys got my screen here too. Awesome. So we're starting with the ETB for the Prismatic Evolutions. One of the things I think is really interesting, if you look at the beginning of the timeline here, like March 2025, this is right around when they were getting crazy expensive. They basically started doing a reprint. And as you can see, the prices started to spike down because they just started printing a ton of them. At first, Prismatic, they didn't print nearly enough, and everybody was fighting like crazy over it. It's actually the set. Surging Sparks was when things started to get very hard to find in Pokemon, but when Prismatic released, it was like, that's when it was all off the shelves, and it's been off the shelves ever since. That's kind of what kicked up the crazy level that Pokemon got to. And prices are steadily climbing down now at this point because they've been reprinting so much and responding to the demand. But what I think is super interesting is that after they started printing a bunch, you see it started to go down to about $100 a box, even a little bit under 100. And then now they're still printing the hell out of it, and it's shooting right back up. It says 122 as of today. Now, there's some obvious reasons for that. Having all the evolutions in there is a big deal, not just because they're awesome, but also because there's a lot of special illustration rares that are just not super valuable, and a lot of that's just based off of if the Pokemon's desirable. And, let's be honest, at this point, there's over 1,000 Pokemon. So there's a lot of them that if they weren't really from popular eras, people just don't really know about or don't care about. So when you have, 8 different SIR, special illustration rares, you can pull that are desirable and valuable, that really helps boost the value of a set, which is part of why I think the sealed is climbing. And when we get into the singles in a little bit, you'll see the singles have been dropping a little, which is understandable because, again, they're printing a bunch of them. But the sealed packs, people love opening them so much because, again, if you pull a special illustration rare, it's so disappointing if you get like Galvantula X or Teal Mask Ogerpon, a card that's worth like, anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks, and even that can be on the high end sometimes. Some of them are even less. Some of them, you'll pull a special illustration rare and it'll be worth like 5 to 10 bucks, So this is a great set, and even though it's still printing, the sealed value is still going up. It's definitely a smart thing because when it does go out of print, what's left sealed is going to skyrocket. And honestly, with the whole streaming thing and the box breaks, there's a lot more demand to break them than there used to be. So I think the sealed are always going to be a safe investment. So looking with the ETB at about $122, you're looking at 122 divided by 9 packs. So we're looking at, so $13.50 a pack. That's a lot of money, especially for a new set that's in print. There's a lot of out there. 13 and change a pack is crazy. Which brings me to this guy, the Lucario EX and Tyranitar EX Premium Collection from Prismatic. Now this one, they introduced this during the massive reprint. It's a box that didn't exist before then. It's got, I think it's 15. I don't remember off the top of my head. Let's see. 14. So it's got 14 packs in there. And what's nice is when it came out, it was like 120. And the price has gone down to 103. So in terms of the packs, yes, the other one has the Eevee promo that's worth about $10, $12 ungraded. With this one, you're at about 100. Let me just make sure that was right. It was 100, right? 103. Okay, so 103. And then you got 14 packs. Let's make sure I did that right because I clicked something wrong. You could judge me for clicking every button on the calculator. You'd be right for making that judgment, but we're just rocking with it. All right, so dude, $7 a pack. So if you're trying to open some Prismatic, get this. This is way cheaper. I mean, the Eevee's worth like $10. These are $7 a pack. It's a much better deal. So if you're looking for something new to open, you want some Prismatic, I'm probably going to buy, because even at market, $100 for 14, that's not terrible. I mean, a retail would be like sleeve boosters retail right now for about $4.50 up to $5 a pack. So for $7, that's not terrible. It's really, especially for a pet set like this. Now the booster bundles I wanted to pull up too, but I haven't checked them, so we're gonna learn together here. Looks like they were going for about 75. They dipped to 62, went up to 77, down to 60, up to 70. So they've kind of been sitting. Okay, went down to 55. Again, there's a big reprint going on, so it explains them going down. And this one also, in the last month or two, swung right back up between December and January, up to 70. So again, I'm assuming that's going to be less. 70 divided by 6 packs. So that's 1166. So yeah, dude, if you're buying Prismatic, you want to go with Lucario and Tyranitar box because it is so much more inexpensive per pack. And with Prismatic, you gotta open a lot to hit something. It's the hit rates are abysmal. Every time I've ever gotten all hyped up and opened one of my sealed Prismatics, the results have always been a bummer. And of course, my luck, I pulled the Teal Mask Ogerpon special illustration rare. So I got my 1 in 54 packs luck, and it was for a $20 card nobody cares about. It can still happen, even in Prismatic, but still, it's a great set. So we can look at some of the singles now. Obviously, the chase is the Umbreon. This one took a real hit because, again, there's just so many more of them out there now. Ungraded was going for 1,700 at one point. Absolutely insane. And because they're printed the crap out of it, now it's down to about half of that at 990. A little over half of that. So that's a big drop. And like I said, the kind of downside of them printing a lot more is that the single products will go down. But again, because of the desirability, or the demand, rather, for box breaks and stuff like that, the sealed is, I think, always going to be a good investment. I think if you buy it and you just keep it sealed, at least the box is going to go up in value. You know, I'm not going to say you're going to make money because I'm not assuming you're going to sell it, but the box will go up in value for sure if you sit on them, especially once they're out of print. And everyone knows this. This is not like me. It is my opinion, but it's also not. Prismatic is the set from Scarlet and Violet, aside from 151, which is obviously the top dog. The prices show that, and nostalgia is what's driving more than half of the market. So it makes perfect sense. Let's take a look at a couple others real quick. I'm just curious. I'm not going to go through all 8 evolutions, but Jolteon was always my favorite. Yes, perfect. So let's see what the Jolteon's going for. See, again, the singles are tanking, and you would expect it because there's a lot more of them than there was before March. So it's going for like 250. Now we're dropped all the way down to 140. Let's check the 10s. So the 10s are going for about 500. So still potential. Now what's a 9? Which if you pull a pack fresh card, more likely than not it's going to be a 9, which after grading, it's like, PSA is like 18, 19 bucks right now. So it looks like if it doesn't look perfect, you're better off just selling it ungraded. Because the grade 9, is only $10 more. And if it costs 19 to grade it, then you're losing 9 bucks. Obviously these could go back up, but I just know that the massive printing of Prismatic is not done. If anything, they'll probably keep going down a little bit. So I would say if you're looking for a good time and you want to open some packs, there's no better set. But if you have the self-control to keep that stuff sealed, I think it's going to go up a lot. So it's a wise choice. I think it is truly an Evolving Skies level set. I believe that's where it's going to go. Obviously, that's my opinion. It's not a fact, so don't quote me on it and put all your money in it. But it's awesome. I love it. We'll look at one more. Let's see. Let's check. Let's see what's going on with Leafeon. I love this card. I think it's so cool. All right, this one's still a little higher. It's 221. It was even 370, man. This one was up there. And then grade 9, at least the grade 9 on this one is $20 more in value than the ungraded, which means that if it looks good, you don't have any whitening, even if there's a little bit of centering, as long as there's no whitening and the corners look good, it'll still get the 9 even if the centering is off a little bit, which is pretty common with English cards. So yeah, I mean, if you don't see any whitening or any visible nicks, I'd probably grade it even if the centering's a little bit off, because if you don't get the 10, you'll still have the value retained and you'll have it in a slab, which is always nice. Keeps it safe, looks a lot nicer. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, kind of in summary, great set for future potential, even though they're printing a bunch of it. Downside of printing a bunch of it is the value of each individual card is going down, but because of how many hits there are to pull, it's still a valuable set, and I think it always will be. Best way to buy, it's going to be the Lucario EX and Tyranitar Premium Collection right here. Again, you're looking about $7 a pack versus like 11 for the booster bundle or 13 for the ETB. And if you didn't know, it's a special set, which just means there is no booster boxes, so you can't get a pack of 36 of them. It's not a thing. So you want to go Lucario and Tyranitar is my vote. That's what I would do if you're planning to open it. The other ones will probably hold value a little bit better. I like opening packs, though. So to get Prismatic for 7 and change, that's how I'm going to be doing. I'm going to go on eBay and start scooping these up for like 100. So thanks for watching. We're going to do more of these. I know I'm going to do Paradox Rift soon, even though it's considered a garbage set. When I got back into it, I had a bunch of them at the Dollar General, so that one's got a special place in my heart. I enjoy it a lot, and still chasing that Groudon. I've never got it. We'll definitely look at 151. We'll look at really a lot of almost everything in the Scarlet and Violet area, and into Mega Evolution too. I haven't opened a ton of Mega Evolution yet. I've gotten some Phantasmal Flames booster bundles. No hits, nothing really worth getting excited about. But we'll keep just kind of looking at the different sets and the advantages, disadvantages, and kind of good things to know about them. So thanks for checking out the video. My name is Connor. Catch you in the next one.